Hey everybody, welcome back to Bree's Toys. My name is Stephanie Bree, and today I'm looking at another early vintage 1981, I believe, 82, early year one Masters of the Universe action figure. This is Clawful. Now, I like this figure, even though I never had him as a kid and I never watched the cartoon or read the comic book. When I say never, I mean it was on passively, Saturday morning cartoons playing in the background, but I never sat down to pay attention to it. So I don't know who's who or what's what. But this guy's pretty neat. He very much looks like Dr. Zoidburg, very reminiscent of Dr. Zoidberg. So uh, clearly, uh, Futurama people were inspired probably by this toy, would be my assumption. Because this is a 1981 He-Man toy, he's got the squishy head, which they would later be replaced with the hard head. Same thing happens with TMNT. So I guess they do the squishy head when they're, unsure of a toy line, because, it's cheaper, I guess. And then when the toy line becomes a success, they replace them with the harder heads. But anyways, very good looking, alien looking figure. This sets the tone for the toy line, half human, half something else. This one is, I guess, crab monster. Now, like the other year one or most Masters of the Universe figures. He does have an action feature, which he's got the standard action feature, the spring-loaded punch. But he also has this claw. He's got this lever on his claw, which allows him to clamp. Also, kind of similar to clamps from Futurama. We're all over Futurama today in this video. On the back, it says Mattel 1981, and I can't read everything else because it's an old figure and it's kind of faded. I think it says Hong Kong. He's got muscles on the back, very good detail. Uh, he's got the spikes. He's got these little fin thingies on his arms. I don't know if you can see that. Also on his legs a little bit. And he's got kind of like the webbed feet a little bit, or clawed feet, I guess. Pretty standard articulation. You can turn the head, do the full exorcist. He can, rotate. Like I showed you, he's got the waist movement. He's got the rubber legs, so he can kind of do the splits. But be careful, these rubber thingies break, and they're not so easy to repair. Um, Really good looking figure. Uh, don't know how I would have felt about it as a kid had I had it, because I only had, I believe, um, three or four Masters of the Universe toys as a kid. One of them was Prince Adam. That was my He-Man. I didn't have an actual He-Man. I did have the Prince Adam. I had a Hordak, which I don't know if I've shown him yet. I may have shown him in a video. I can't remember. And then I had that guy with the suction cups. I still don't remember his name. I need to look it up, but I need to find him first. And I think I'm pretty sure I had, uh, I think his name is Two Heads or something like that. Something like that. He's got two heads and his fists punch. I know I had that toy as a kid, but anyways, didn't have this guy, but he's cool. And I've got some more vintage Masters of the Universe toys coming. For future reference, if you've seen any of my Masters of the Universe videos up to this point, if I have a modern figure of a character, um, I'm not going to buy the vintage version of that character, except maybe He-Man and Skeletor. Everybody else, if I have a more modern figure, I will just use that as my representation of the character. But some of them, I am still going to get some of the vintage ones because I do like some of the vintage toys. But I also like the Origins and Master. What are they called? Is it Masterverse or something like that? I like those toys too. Not a big fan of Revelations or the Netflix toy line, so I don't have very many of those. And I haven't decided if I'm ever going to get any New Adventures or 2000X. But we'll see. I'll just keep an eye on eBay and see what pops up, and if the figure looks cool, I'll buy it. But I thought this guy looked cool, and so I bought him. Pretty good looking figure. I definitely recommend adding this to your collection. Stay cool.